Hey, it's Take Five time again. Welcome, DKI members, and thank you for joining us. I'm Ken Copeland, Director of Business Development with DKI Pro Supply. From DKI Services, we have Mike Herbst, the VP of Training. How you doing today, Mike?
Good, Ken. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. And we are speaking with Jeff Turner, the Chief Strategy Officer with DOCUSKETCH today. Jeff, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing great. Thanks for joining us. So for those of our members who are not familiar with DOCUSKETCH, could you just explain the company a little bit and
Sure.
how it started, maybe?
Sure, yeah. DocuSketch is exactly what the name implies. There's two parts to our company. There's a documentation side, so we use consumer and prosumer level 360 cameras to capture and document a job site. So you're capturing 360 images, taking notes, putting comments. We have a very unique way of placing the comments that you're making about that site into it. You can capture additional photos inside of our app as well. So there's a documentation side. And then the sketching side of the equation. We take those 360-degree photos and turn them into floor plans and sketches and ESX files. And all of that's proprietary to us. We own all of that technology. It's all done in-house. We don't outsource any of it. And we do it pretty well. Turnaround times are overnight.
Well, that's fantastic. And I know the one thing, with the way the economy is changing, with the way the industry is changing, it's getting to where the insurance companies are almost requiring this anymore.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of activity on the insurance front, and you and I have had a conversation about this. We've actually made a much bigger dent in Canada for some reason. I don't know why, but we have several enterprise contracts in Canada, and now as a result, there's 3 separate large carriers in Canada who have reached out to us about, and what's really interesting is we thought there'd be a stronger vetting process, but I think so many companies in Canada are utilizing DocuSketch now that they've seen so much of it come through that they're just saying, yes, we want you to be one of the companies that we're going to say you must use one of these 2 companies when submitting. So we're seeing a movement on the insurance side to saying, yes, we want to see these specific companies used in the documentation and sketching process.
Very cool.
So Jeff, I've used the product and tested it, and I think the quality is excellent. The turnaround times are great. What made you decide to enter the restoration market?
It's a really kind of a funny story. Like the vast majority of the companies that are in the 3D 360 presentation space, they start off in residential real estate because it seems like an obvious place to go. You're marketing a home, you want to show it, you do it. Our director of sales was at a conference in New York, and some guy from Long Island walks up to him and says, "You're in the wrong market. You should be doing this." And turns out he was an Imoviewer. Imoviewer was the parent company for DocuSketch. He was an Imoviewer client. He started showing him some of his tours, and it was, burned out buildings and water damage and carpet stuff, rolled back, and it wasn't using it for marketing at all. He was using it to document his restoration business. And it was really an awakening moment for us that we saw that there was this different market. And we learned very, very quickly that the processes that were in place in the Imoviewer app were not going to be adequate for going and capturing the restoration industry, for providing a benefit to the restoration industry, because the same process that you use to document or to capture from a marketing standpoint is completely different. And the need for less time on site was more critical. So we had to start from scratch. We tried it with just the straight Imoviewer app, knew that wasn't going to work. And since we had to start from scratch and rethink how we were going to do it, with the help, quite frankly, of a couple of DKI offices out in Southern California, who were incredibly helpful, incredibly instrumental in helping us understand this market. We built DocuSketch with their input from day one. This is how it needs to work. This is how it has to function.
Yeah, and it's a great tool for several reasons. I mean, like say, less time on a job site.
Mhm.
You can take the pictures, go back to the office, and do your bid. And it's also kind of a CYA type thing. I mean, when it comes time for invoicing, if there's something that's damaged, you can say, "Well, Mrs. Jones, it was damaged when we got here,"
Yeah.
and just show them the proofs. I mean, it's a great tool, and I think it's definitely where the industry is going.
There's another
So
thing
what?
too, just real quick on that, because you talk about capturing and then going back to the office. One of the unique things about us is that our tours, the documentation side of what we do, is live the instant it's uploaded. So if you've got someone in the field and they've got a 5G signal or something better than your upload speeds, um,
I've been upload shamed again. It's the second time in 2 days.
they can upload from the field. Someone in the office can actually view that documentation in real time where they're still in the field. And if there's something that someone in the office says, you know what, go take another detailed photo of that, or could you take a second position photo here so we can get a better look at it, that can be done in real time while you're still in the field.
That's amazing. That's and it's cool that the advances that you've taken, in the last year since we've known you. So really excited to have DocuSketch as
Thank
a
you.
partner and have you as part of the Pro Supply program. For you DCAD members watching this, if you're not part of the estimating team, if you're not one of the owners, please forward this on to them, because this is the way of the future. This is going to be the new standard moving forward. DocuSketch is a great partner. I will have Jeff's contact information at the end of this video. And thank you very much. Thanks for being with us, Jeff. Thanks,
My
Mike.
pleasure. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.